you are. I've been here for hours. Ada hasn't shown up. No one has. I don't like this.
That's the wench we're looking for. Gut her.
Uh-oh. Alright, so to start this little fight, this is a really easy fight. Just move your party over here. And now from this position, we should be able to take out all the enemies at range. Let Aveline do her little thing where she runs up and taunts all the enemies and kill them for us. Watch out, because there's going to be archers. Now, unfortunately, these guys are raiders. They don't count as... Actually, I just summoned my dog. They don't count as the guardsmen, pretenders, because we still need to do that quest. Let's go ahead and invade. Yeah. I don't really ever use the ability invade much. It is okay, I guess, but I do like the stealth tree, because with the stealth tree you can get some pretty nice passives. And then if you go for the specialization that deals with stealth, like there's some really good stuff in that too. That's what I like. I like to go for that tree. I think it's called Chameleon, and I like to go for Assassin. Those are the two trees I like the best for archers. Primarily because it helps you with threat degeneration, I guess that's what you call it. It's when your hawk won't be targeted generally. But what's cool about that tree is there's a lot of abilities that will make it so you and all your mages are pretty much invisible to the enemies. And if you use those abilities, well, the enemies will be forced to attack Aveline, and that's what you want. So I really like that tree. Assassin is pretty self-explanatory. It's an amazing tree. You do so much damage. Especially as an archer, man, because there's this one ability called Assassinate. It is by far the strongest attack in this game, and it has I think it does more damage against brittled enemies, so you can easily set that up with your mages, have them use Winter's Grasp to brittle the enemy for you, and the second you see that enemy, you just hit it with Assassinate, and you will destroy them, doing so much damage. Alright, let's go ahead and loot these baddies. Now what I like to do right here is I actually like to do Fenris' quest first, because when you complete her quest you can pretty much go back, I think, to the Hanged Man. I know that there's an option there to just get the hell out of the area. With Fenris' quest there is no option. You actually continue in this area and you can actually fight some guardsmen pretenders and do that, and of course do Isabella's quest last.
No one has left the mansion, but I've heard nothing within. Denarius may know we're here. I wouldn't put it past him.
I could stand to know a little more about this Denarius.
He is a magister of the Tevinter Imperium. There, he is a wealthy mage with great influence. Here, he is but a man who sweats like any other when death comes for him.
We shouldn't wait any longer, then.
Agreed.
Alright, so now that we're about to do this quest, you have to have Fenris in your party. He's going to take the place of Aveline. There's a lot of quests like this throughout the game. It's kind of like Mass Effect 2, where you have to use selected people. Unfortunately, sometimes that can cause you a little bit extra of a headache, especially the ones with Isabella. Nothing against Isabella, but I really don't like her for combat. I mean, if you have a dual-wielding rogue, just like in Origins, you need to pretty much focus on playing as that dual-wielding rogue, because you don't want to leave it up to the AI to use all the awesome abilities, because dual-wielding in this game is amazing. I mean, it's just as good as it was in Origins. I personally like the archer because you don't actually have to control the archer. The archer can actually do his own thing without you always having to play as that archer. With the dual wielding though, you need to pretty much focus on that. Now, we're going to go ahead and level him up. I think I'm just going to go for the two-handed weapon stuff. Now, I would not recommend getting this or that. And if you do later on decide, you know what, I want Whirlwind, I want the other thing, by all means go for it. But if you're going to use Fenris, you want to control him when you use these abilities. Otherwise, he might run right directly to Hawk and to Anders, and he'll use Whirlwind and he'll kill them all. It's really annoying on Nightmare. Now, Mighty Blow, I think this also has potential of hitting your allies. I'm not too sure about that. It seems like a single target, but I think it has potential for friendly fire. That's something I might have to just experiment with. But one great thing about this is that you can get this later on. It's for brittled enemies. And yeah, it's really, really good. So I'll actually show you. Let me get that first. But what I like to do is this for the tactics. Now, first of all, I need to set up his tactics in general. So I want to put like control on. I actually been forgetting to do this, but this is something I generally do too. I'll put target of controlled party member attack. That doesn't really matter because as long as you have your entire party selected with the LBRB little trick, they'll always attack the same enemy. But it's just something you could do. You can also set this up right here where, like, if they fall below a certain, I'll show you actually. You go for like health. Let's say 50% health. Actually, no. Let's go for 25% health because my mages are set up to heal allies when they fall below 50%. So you don't want yourself wasting like health potions and you know whatnot. All right, so we're gonna go for health potion. That's something you can also do. Now, one thing I was talking about earlier is this. What you do is you go for enemy status, and then you select something like brittled, and then you use mighty blow. So basically, you put that at the top. So that anytime, like, let's say a mage is to use Winter's Grasp, which will freeze them, he'll use Mighty Blow to combo that. And it's just amazing. Like, that's one of the best parts about this game is they're called cross-class combos. It's some cool stuff. Oh, shit! Alright, well, I just triggered a trap. Let's go ahead. I cannot stand that. It's really annoying as a mage. What will happen is that if you do, okay, rogues. What will happen as a rogue is that if you trigger a trap, what will happen is that you will dodge the trap. And what can be really annoying is sometimes when you're in combat, you'll keep dodging that trap towards the enemies and getting hit, which you don't want. You want to, move away. Yep, Mighty Blow does do that. Hold on. Alright, so what that means is that I need to switch this and just take it off. You do not want him using Mighty Blow because if he uses it next to your party, look what almost happened. He almost literally killed Anders and Bethany in that attack, so that's pretty annoying. Summon the doggy. Come on, doggy. Alright, looks like Findris is almost dead. He should be okay. Yeah, he's fine. And he used the health potion on his own. So I mean, that's something you should do with Aveline as well, or really any warrior. Yeah, that trap thing it's kind of cool, I guess, because you see a trap and you dodge it. But what sucks is that you cannot get past the trap. Like, he'll just keep dodging backwards. I don't know why they incorporated that in this game. Alright, so let's go ahead and search these rooms. Uh-oh, we got traps. Alright, now that the traps are gone, we want to move back. Now one thing I like about some of these why are you guys moving forward? Move backwards. There we go. Now what I like to do is this. Like, if there's like a doorway, you kind of just like lock them all up in the doorway. Let's go ahead and use Mighty Blow since there's no ally by us. Kill all the enemies. Oh no, I'm stunned. Get them! But yeah, you can literally block doorways, and if you notice, they can't even get through. So I'm just kind of letting them come to my doorway, and then once they get in the doorway, that's when I attack. Come on, why can't I use Mighty Blow? There we go. Mighty Blow! And the whole time, my other allies, what are they doing? They're all moving forward. Okay, yeah. Fucking rage demons. I cannot stand them. Kill this bastard. Let's go ahead and go back to Hawk. Use some pinning shot. Hopefully, yep, that killed him. Nice. Alright, just a couple more enemies left. We just gotta let them come through. I definitely do not recommend using Findris as a party member. I mean, he does a lot more damage than Aveline. So offensively, he's definitely a lot better. But, unfortunately, he's not really a tank. And on Nightmare, you kind of want an ally eating damage for you. Or somebody, that's very important. And Findris really cannot play that role. I guess you could kind of set him up. In fact, one thing I can do I forgot about. I can actually equip this weapon. It's a pretty stupid looking weapon if you ask me, but it's not bad. It gives you like 24 health and 24 stamina, so that's pretty nice. But yeah, you know, Fenris is not a bad person to have in your party. But I mean, the truth is that if you want to use those two-handed abilities, you definitely want to pretty much be playing as him. And that's kind of like whatever, since I mean, come on. This game's all about playing as Hawke, just like the other game is all about playing as the Grey Warden. Like, do you really want to sit there and play as Alistair the entire game? I mean, who wants to do that? Alright, so this room, there's a whole bunch of shades, so what we're going to do is we're going to run out of this room, get pretty much everyone back, keep moving them. Now, once again, we're going to take control of Fenris, and we're going to lure them to the doorway. And now we're going to block this doorway. Urgh. Too bad I don't actually have taunt. I should have thought about going for it right here. Now what's good is that if there are any reinforcements that are going to come, which there probably is going to be reinforcements, they'll be delayed. Because, like, the enemies are going to not spawn if we're not in the room where they will spawn. Actually, I guess they are spawning, so I'm probably wrong about that. But at least they're spawning far enough away that they really can't do anything before, like, my allies are going to be taking them out. But yeah, if you can't tell, when I have Fenris in my party, I generally play as him. Now, I do like playing as a warrior, though, I have to be honest. Especially a two-handed warrior. I think it's, like, really fun playing. I guess on Nightmare is fine, but I also like playing as a warrior, like, on normal, because you just fuck shit up. You know, friendly fire is the #1 concern if you're using that two-handed weapon, and that's the reason why I don't like having them for Nightmare. But if you just want to cut some shit up and have a blast while doing it, playing on normal with a two-handed warrior is so much fun. Alright, we need to come in here because we got to get a key. And then once we actually open the door, this quest will be over. But we gotta run the hell out. There's a rage demon. Same strategy as before. Move them back. Block that doorway. Now, if you had taunt, this would be a lot better. Because once you get them all in the doorway, you can taunt them. Let's go ahead and use that ability. At this point, I would say it should be safe to pretty much play as Hawke. You just gotta make sure. Hopefully I can pin his ass. I guess it works against those guys. You know, those rage demons are, like I said, are just as bad. Oh, what's going on here? Attack. Those rage demons are just as bad as those assassins. They do the same shit. Really annoying. A lot of damage dealt. Alright, so this room right here is one of the worst. Let's go ahead and heal Fenris up. Come on. Remember the whole thing I talked about before with using the frame rate to your advantage, just like in a lot of games. You can do that. And here we go. Just looks like there's just a couple more left. Some of the doggy. Bring it on, bitches. I believe there's one more fight after this. Come on, die! Alright, this should be the last guy right here. And he's dead, and I got a level, yeah! That's what I'm talking about. Alright, I'm pretty sure we should have got the key. Maybe... Okay, yeah, the Rage Demon actually has the key. I got a couple belts, too. I'll probably put them on after the quest. But let me go ahead and now level up. Alright, so we are going to go for... I think I'm going to go for 2 dexterity and 1 cunning. A lot of times that's what you should do. You should kind of mix it up. Oh, I have a specialization point. Now that's what's up. Okay, so I need to decide what do I want to go for first. Alright, let's see here. You know, this is really good because you can get this right away. You go for Shadow. That's what it's called. Not Chameleon, but Shadow. You go for Shadow, and then you can immediately get this. So that's not too bad. Let's see about this. Alright, what level does it require? You need to be level 10 to get that. This ability is amazing. Actually no, that's Assassinate. Yeah, Assassinate is amazing, but Pinpoint Strikes is another one that's like fucking amazing as well. because it increases your attack 100%, which basically means that you'll never miss, and your critical chance is 100%. I mean, it's so freaking good. And it lasts for 20 seconds once you get the upgrade. Unbelievable. Alright, and this ability right next to it is fucking crazy too. Plus 1% per point of cunning. So instead of 1 point of cunning increasing your critical hit damage by 1%, it increases it by 2%. So I mean, that is really godly as well. What level does that require? 12? Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and just go for Assassin first. Mark of Death. I guess we'll go for Mark of Death. Why not? You know, this is another really great ability. I don't use it, just like in the last game, I don't use it all that much. I mean, it's great against bosses. If you look what it does, it just lowers their damage resistance, so it's a debuff. And I'm pretty sure that with the upgrades, it can like be pretty insane. Alright, so now actually I could set up a tactic too. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set up it's an enemy. I need to look for I guess rank. Yeah, rank. And I'm trying to remember exactly. I think you want to go for elite or higher. And we're going to select Mark of Death. So what that does is that makes it so anytime there's an enemy that's like classified as being strong, you'll Mark of Death that enemy, which will make him die a lot faster. So that's really nice. Alright, so now we can go in here, and this will start our final little fight here. And there's an Arcane Horror, so definitely take his ass out quick. Oh no! Son of a bitch. That Arcane Horrors are like just god-awful, man. I mean, they can destroy you so fast. Hopefully I killed them. They can be really annoying because they can teleport away. And if you don't kill them, like right away, they can just destroy your entire party. They have like 1 or 2 abilities that like will just it's so annoying. Arcane Horrors and Blood Mages are just some of the worst enemies in this game. Alright, now I'm pretty sure there's more enemies, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna wait for the battle to be over, let everyone heal up, and now we're gonna go down here and spawn the rest of them. That makes it a lot easier on ourselves. Alright, die bitches. Let's go ahead and move up a little bit. Come on people, everyone run up top. Alright, so now they're all coming from the same location, so that's nice. Let's go ahead and stun these bitches. What up? I guess the enemies can resist that. That sucks. Alright, so that should do it.
Gone. I'd hoped... No, it doesn't matter any longer. I assume Denarius left valuables behind. Take them if you wish. I need some air.
Alright, so he goes outside. Now when we leave, we can actually talk to him again. And that's when he'll join us. Alright, so let's go and open these chests up. Now I know there's a helmet in here. This is for, I think, mages, so it's no good for you. Any item that you get that's for like strength for mages and you're playing, let's say, a rogue, just sell them because there's no use for them at all in this game. Pretty disappointing stuff. I mean, they took away a lot of those different things where, I mean, that's one of the worst. It's so annoying. Like, they take that away in this game where you can't just equip any item to Hawk, and you can't equip items to your followers either. You know, if you get like certain armor set that's for magic, I wish I can give it to like my mages. You know, it's kind of bullshit they took that away. I mean, that's one of the worst things in this game. They took away a lot of some of the customization that you could do. That being probably one of the worst, I think. Alright, so let's go outside and we can talk to Fenris some more.
It never ends. I escaped a land of dark magic, only to have it hunt me at every turn. It is a plague burned into my flesh and my soul. And now I find myself in the company of even more mages.
You can speak to me directly.
I saw you casting spells inside. I should have realized sooner what you really were. You harbor a viper in your midst. It will turn on you and strike when you least expect. That is in its nature.
My sister is stronger than you think.
You tell him, brother.
And she isn't the only one.
I'm not blind. I know magic has its uses, and there are undoubtedly mages with good intentions. But even the best-intentioned mage can fall prey to temptation. And then, their power is a curse to inflict upon others.
No one's stopping you from moving on, you know.
I imagine I appear ungrateful. If so, I apologize, for nothing could be further from the truth. I did not find Denarius, but I still owe you a debt. Here is all the coin I have, as Anso promised. Should you find yourself in need of assistance, I would gladly render it.
Are you going to have a problem with my companions?
I will watch them carefully if we travel together. I can promise no more.
Your old master must want something more than just a runaway slave.
He doesn't want me at all, just the markings on my skin. They are lyrium, burned into my flesh to provide the power that Denarius required of his pet. And now, he wishes his precious investment returned, even if he must rip it from my corpse.
Oh no, here we go.
You aren't afraid I'll sell you out?
Not so far. The truth is, I know nothing of the ritual that placed these markings on me. It was Denarius's choice, one he now regrets.
I've seen some of your abilities. Do they come from those markings?
Some. All I know is that even in the Imperium, warriors such as myself are rare. Perhaps they believe I should feel honored.
Do you think your master will keep chasing you?
He is too proud not to. Perhaps one day the hunt will cost him more than he is willing to pay, but I doubt that matters any longer.
I'm planning an expedition I might need help with.
Fair enough. Should you ever have need of me, I will be here. If Denarius wishes his mansion back, he is free to return and claim it. Beyond that, I am at your disposal.
Alrighty, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna remove everyone and then reselect them like this. I like to keep my son of a bitch. That didn't work. Alright, but you can actually go into his mansion right now and talk to him for the first time. So generally this is what I do just to get it out of the way, because you're gonna have to do this quite a bit throughout the game, which is come to the different locations of your allies and then talk to them over and over again to kind of get their story progressed and, you know, all that kind of good stuff. You want to do it because everybody has side quests, and if you don't know certain information, I'm not too sure if you can get all the side quests in the game. Alright, we can't go in there anymore, but there are also codexes in here, so let's grab every codex we can. Here's another one. Alright, let's go ahead and talk to him.
Egregio Pavali. There are 6 bottles in the cellar. Denarius used to have me pour it for his guests. My appearance intimidated them, he said, which he enjoyed.
You were his servant as well as his bodyguard.
I was his slave. I propped up the furniture when he was so inclined. It's good I can still take pleasure in the small things.
Is getting back at your master all that matters to you?
There are days when it feels that way. I've wanted to leave my past behind me, but it won't stay there. Tell me, have you never wanted to return to Ferelden?
I'm glad to be out of Ferelden.
And that's it. You leave it behind so easily.
You survive, and you move on. What else do you want?
Something different. So should you. I apologize. Your life is your own. It simply sounds very familiar.
Do you intend to keep living here?
I haven't decided. For now, it's as good as any other place. I would return to Saharan if I could, but there is no life for me there.
Is that where you're from?
So I've been told.
Were you very young when you left then?
Perhaps.
God damn, he reminds me of Sten.
You've been on the run a long time then.
3 years now. Denarius has a way of finding me. Perhaps it is the markings. Whatever the means, it never takes him long to follow. This is the first time I've given him reason to pause. I suppose there are advantages in numbers.
Haven't you sought help before?
Hirelings when I could steal the coin. Never anyone of substance. Until you. Denarius will not give up, however. I await his return.
What if he does give up? What then?
Then I go to him. I will not live with a wolf at my back.
Sounds like the right idea to me.
If it comes to that, I doubt it will.
If you're looking to start a life, you could stay.
I could see myself staying, for the right reasons. I should thank you again for helping me against the Hunters. Had I known Ansar would find me a man so capable, I might have asked him to look sooner.
Okay, so of course, here you go. This is one of the first times, and it's really annoying, that a dude is gonna flirt with you, and if you say like, oh, I'm not interested, don't get those kind of ideas, you know, he'll be pissed at you or he'll rival you. Which in his case, since I guess I've decided that I think I'm gonna side with the mages after all, I don't really care. I kind of want him to be my rival because he doesn't like mages, and I'm going to side with the mages, so there you go.
Let's keep this friendly, shall we?
Of course. I meant nothing by it. I will not keep you longer. Another time, perhaps.